Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how I paint an island and tree silhouette on this abstract background. You can find a link to this abstract background video in the description box or in the iCard found in the upper right hand corner of this video. I'll be using lamp black and titanium white acrylic paint. I use a heavy bodied paint from the Amsterdam brand. I'm also using a number 8 Filbert. It's about 1/4 of an inch. And a number 2 script liner, and a number 0 angular shader, and some golden retarder to slow down the drawing process. So I'm going to start by drawing a straight line across my canvas with a navy blue watercolor pencil and a ruler. The line is to mark the horizon, and it should be placed about 2/3 down on the canvas. A faint line is all that is needed. Now I'm going to mix a small amount of golden retarder into the titanium white acrylic paint, about equal parts of each. Mixing these together creates a more translucent paint. Then highlight the horizon. I'm blending it out towards the bottom. I just need it to define the horizon. The watercolor marks should still be visible. I'm also going to lighten up a few spots up here and adding a little more texture. I'm painting the island with lamp black acrylic paint, and I'm also using the number 8 Filbert, which is 1/4 of an inch. The bottom of the island, the part at the surface of the water, should be halfway between the horizon and the bottom of the canvas. I'm extending the sides of the mini island and leaving about 1.5 inches space from the sides of the canvas to the sides of the island. I also made the island a bit uneven and bumpy, and to make it look a little more natural. Now it's time to paint the trees. I'm adding some water to the black paint, about 1/2 and 1/2. And to that I'm adding equal amounts of golden retarder to the paint mixture. I want the paint to be more translucent for the background trees because they should look like they are in the distance. I'll be using a number 2 script liner to paint all the trees. I'm just adding a little more water for better flow. The paint should be translucent, like an inky consistency. I'm going to paint about 5 background trees with many branches. The background trees should be very faint, almost ghostly. I'm also going to add grass to the island with the script liner. Now I'm going to paint the tiny leaves on with the number 0 angular shader brush and some of the paint mixture I used for the background trees. So I dip the paintbrush into the paint and tap it onto the end of the twigs to create leaves. The longest part of the paintbrush tip should be pointing up when painting the leaves. Here is a close-up of the process. Add multiple leaves to each twig. Fill in all the twigs with leaves until complete. Now I'm adding more lamp black to the original paint mixture to darken it and to make it less translucent. Now I'm going to add some slightly larger, darker foreground trees in the exact same way as I did for the background trees. That is basically all there is to it. add more foreground grass, but be sure you can still see the background grass too. Add the leaves on the twigs with a number 0 angular shader, just like you did for the background trees. It's time to paint the water reflections. I'm using the number 8 Filbert again. I'm mixing 2 parts golden retarder and 1 part black acrylic paint to make it more translucent. I'm also adding a brush full of water to help it glide on better. So basically what I want to do is mirror the island and the trees, but have them slightly more distorted. I don't want the reflection to be an exact copy because ripples in the water naturally distort the mirror image. To add the water ripples, I'm going to use this palette knife and titanium white acrylic paint. Load the side of the palette knife and lightly touch the canvas to apply the paint to the island shoreline in random spots. Also add some highlight to the horizon with the palette knife. So that's the basics on how to paint this. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps a lot. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And please leave a comment down below to tell me what you thought of this painting tutorial. Your feedback is greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.